Okay, follow up to the last video. So I did some research, try to find out what frequency does a typical tube screamer roll off the lows at, and from what I can find out, they tend to, a tube screamer with the tone in the middle position, sort of halfway, starts rolling off the bass at around 1K, which I was surprised to find it was so high. So I created another, I don't know if you can see this, but another high pass filter, and I'm not sure you can see this little red thing beside the white. That's a capacitor, and there's a resistor that goes off that, basically off of the far side of the cap and goes off to ground. So it's that capacitor and resistor that create this high pass filter. So this one's calculated to roll off. It's a first order filter, which means it slopes off about 10 decibels per octave, starting at 1K. So at 1K it would be, you know, at full volume, and then at 500 it would be -10, and at 250 it would be -20, and 125 it'd be -40 dB, etc., etc. So it's a slope. It's you know, it's not a super steep slope, but it's steep enough that it really rolls off. So yeah, I'm gonna plug this into, make sure I get it in the right direction. It's got to hit the cap first before the resistor. So this is the right way. And I'm just plugging it in to this loop so we can A/B it. Hear what it sounds like. I've got it right now. I'm running it into a booster, but I'm not going to turn the booster on. I may turn it on after just to see, but basically I needed this cable isn't long enough to loop right over like in the last video. So it's just going through that loop. Okay, so let's hear it. Let's hear it. So right now I got it running through the laning at basically, you know, let's put everything at 6. No, let's put the gain at like 8, and the tone, we'll leave it in the middle there. And I'm playing off of my neck pickup here because it tends to be pretty fat sounding on a telly. Try to be in tune this time. Nothing worse. My last video was totally out of tune. I'm tuning this to E flat, this guitar, because okay, so that's what it sounds like with these, and this is going into this this custom cab. It's a 212 with greenback 75s. Kind you find a typical Marshall 410, but it's a bit of an oversized cab, so it's got a lot of bottom end, but it's good. It sounds good. Pretty tubby though. So let's hear what it sounds like with the. Difference. And you'll notice that it loses some volume too, which is because you've got all those frequencies like rolled back, right? But that means your amp is working less hard, and it's not farting out on the big bass. It's not overdriving because of the bass frequencies, and the neck pickup on these is notorious for that. So let's clean boost it a little bit to get some of that back. So that's a show. So this is a show circuit. It's pretty clean. So it's going through, getting a bit of a clean boost, and then it's getting filtered and coming back in. That sounds about unity. That show pedal will also add a little bit of sparkle to the top. So. I'm playing around the bottom here too because I want to hear what that's. Okay, so check it out. So I've bypassed this filter. I'm going to turn on the tube screamer so you can hear how it filters out. Of course, you get all the overdrive from it too, right? These tone lock are so awesome. It saves your settings. Genius idea. That sounds about unity. Maybe a bit more. That sounds about right. So, let's hear how it compares to this high pass filter. So this is the tube screamer. It sounds a bit brighter. I think it's the top end of that show though that tends to have a bit of a, it tends to rise right up in the high frequencies, you know, like over 3K. But it sounds about right. This has got definitely slopes off on the very top end. Cool as hell. Let's see what this sounds like a bit more. I just turned the show up. was costs about 30 cents to build of parts, assuming you have a soldering iron and an old dirty patch cable you can destroy or fucking awesomize. Anyways, enjoy.